Hello, and welcome to the Baron Breaks. Yeah, I don't know, just sort of walking. Can't check in until about an hour into the hostel, the B hostel, and I saw this sign arts, and I think it's the zoo. I can't see any art galleries. There's a museum over there, the Groot Museum, but I can't see any art galleries. But yeah, anyway, it's a nice spot. It's also with the sun. It's just like this morning was so cold. It was about 4 degrees or something. It's pretty cold here in in Europe, Amsterdam. It's cold. And very nice. What are these? Flamingos, African, aren't they? I think they're African. Just a lovely spot here, actually. Yeah. And there's Baron. Just very nice. Get that. Yeah, so it's at the B hostel. Okay, so yes, going to the Anne Frank house. I think. Well, I did a Google. Opens till 10 p.m. So, and it's Passover Saturday the 12th. So I could potentially tap into that at sunset, which is around about 8:30. It's about a half hour walk from here, so I'll probably go there just to check out the scenario. Yes, very nice. And been planning this out for a while, Baron. So performing the minuscule ant. I just had a flyer. Flies here, yeah. So it's just the interesting sort of cafe that Baron was at. And a guy, and they kind of look like Bernie Tomic. So I don't know. Was it Bernie Tomic? Probably not, but yeah, just looked like Bernie Tomic. But I thought it was a great hostel. In fact, some of the Dutch. Oh, almost attacked by a duck there. Yeah. Yeah, just almost got attacked. Not by that duck, but yeah. Yeah, almost this duck. Almost got attacked by that duck. I don't know, is that another spiritual thing, Baron? I mean, you don't just get duck like that coming out of the, like jumping over the fence. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know, it could have been another spiritual thing, Baron. Maybe you should add it to your log of encounters. There was a actually it was so I was at the house at the conference. Just came from Amstelveen, which is just sort of north of the city Amsterdam, or the centre of Amsterdam. Had a conference, Society for Tennis Medicine Science. Of course, Baron was speaking on the strategies or the yoga strategies. Just the very fact that yes, Roger Federer was choking, and so we had a couple. So we had the clinic. We had the tennis clinic. Didn't play the paddle in the end, but yeah, went to the tennis. Now it's actually a proper sport. Apparently, paddle tennis. It's becoming kind of very popular, like pickleball. We went to the tennis clinic. Jarko Elting. Yeah, I don't know. He was kind of picking on Baron. I was just thinking, I don't know. I guess because I had technique. So there were 3 levels, and Baron went in the intermediate. And no one in that kind of group had technique. It was just like, I don't know what they were doing there actually. But Baron had technique. But yeah, and that's why Jarko was giving Baron sort of, kind of tips, because you can't give tips to someone who doesn't have technique, because you have to focus on the technique. So yeah. Well, yeah, I was trying to rip approach shots for winners. Really wasn't happy about that, and maybe that's fair enough. and also, oh, that's right, I was hitting the volley behind me. I don't know, I was looking for the overhead or something like that. So, but it was good. Jarko Elting. I mean, we're talking one of the best doubles players of all time, and we did get a photo. Well, we got a group photo of everyone. So yeah, I'll send you guys the photo. Jarko Elting and Baron, in fact, everyone. And then in fact, there were 2 other, I think, professional elite players as well as we were kind of coaching. So there were 4 there. So yeah. But yeah, it was basically all about Jarko Elting. And then we had the workshop. I had a workshop hip and groin, and then shoulder, after that. And then okay, so what happened? Well, so last night went out with a few of the colleagues last night into town, and one of the guys, he didn't come with us, but he was travelling back into town, and he said, "Hello, Tristan." And I just thought, how would he know my name? It was because he was called Tristan. Yeah, so I kind of figured it out and asked some of the other guys later. So that in itself was a bit of a sign, because I've never come across anyone that's introduced themselves as Tristan. That's a pretty rare name. And then he actually lives in Liege. He lives in Liege in Belgium, and Barron's going to Liege, or near Liege anyway. But I got a colleague in Liege who I met in India and so on. So it's just kind of, yeah. I mean, just the very fact his name is Tristan, and the very fact that I'm going to Liege to visit a colleague, and he's from Liege, and he's also, the colleague's in physics, and there'd only be the one university there, so he probably knows of this colleague of Barron's. So I don't know, just found that a little bit creepy. But and then of course the duck thing, where Barron almost got attacked by ducks. So yeah. And incidentally, so saying the Bee Hostel is actually pretty much opposite the Holocaust Museum. Maybe not such a big deal, but the very fact that Marin is going to the Anne Frank House. In fact, I didn't really. It was only because I'm going. So the conference had been the last 4 days, and just happened to have this week after the conference, and it just happens to be sort of Passover on the 12th. On the 12th, in fact, booked in for the 7 nights, booked in for the 4 nights, and then extended to the 7 because of Passover. And on the eve, yes, going to the Anne Frank House, which is open till 10 p.m. So I don't know, it's just a little bit creepy maybe. And also the Anthony Albanese. Well, you can get B out of Albanese. Well, in fact, it is a consecutive or sequential. And of course you've got Anthony. So Anthony, yeah. So you got sort of Ant B is. I don't know. Yeah, maybe Barron's just kind of, yeah. But incidentally, yes, there is the election. I think Barron will be going to Brussels, voting in the election, going to London as well, but going to go up to Edinburgh. So from here to, in fact, after this, go to Antwerp with the reference of Ant, then going to Derby near Liege, going to the Bhaktivedanta College, and then going to Brussels, then going to the Eurostar to London, then up to Edinburgh to see it's the oldest Royal Tennis Court it's the Falkland Palace near Edinburgh. Also got the oldest golf course, I think, Edinburgh, and then of course you can go to St Andrews, the famous. I'll probably do all that, and then fly potentially there to Paris for some breakdancing, ray gun style at the stadium. And yes, got to get the French Open tickets. Still don't have that. And then there to Luxembourg, Andy Schleck, 2010 Tour de France winner, and of course Barron talking on that as well, or giving a presentation. So Andy Schleck will be in the audience potentially. I don't know, but sort of interesting, isn't it? Is he aware of Barron's work? I don't know. I mean, he should be, but you know. Okay, so yeah, let's just do another rear. Okay, here we go. It's pretty good. Okay, it's gone about 8 hours 40 minutes here, so maybe I'll just leave it there. And that was my brakes. Ooh.